Namaste, my beautiful queens. In this video, I will try to give you the tools and the knowledge which might help you avoid extremely difficult situations in life. I've started to study the books like this, Manipulation. This book is written by Brian Hall. It says right here, highly effective methods and secrets technique in dark human psychology for persuasion. NLP is neuro-linguistic programming, mind control, and a deep understanding of covert emotional tactics. In order to know, in order to be able to fight the enemy and not to fall into this, you need to know that enemy and the technique that enemy uses. The book is rather thin, but when you open it up pretty much anywhere, you will find it's written pretty easy way. It tells you pretty much anything is very valuable. Even you see, like I've opened it right here. It says here, outsmarting a master manipulator. Are you trying to make me feel guilty? Maybe you have used these words at one time or the other. We find ourselves on the receiving end of a manipulative relationship very many times, and sometimes we don't even realize it. So on and so on and so on. You can find that book, The Feeling of Fear, Guilt, and Obligation. Anywhere you find it, positive and negative manipulation. Manipulation and toxic friendship, manipulation and toxic relationship, what a manipulative partner will do to manipulate you. For example, I will read you just this small part here. Manipulators use different techniques to get to you and use you. The most basic tactics involves guilt and insecurity. Guilt and insecurity. The manipulator will do anything to make you give it to their demands. For instance, a manipulative partner may withhold information from you to make you feel inadequate, lie to you in your face because he knows you do not have the power to take up a confrontation, pulls out the victim's card by depicting how sad and pitiful his life is at work, at home, etc. Force you to take a sides with them by complaining about the other people in your life, pointing out the mistake of everyone else, and finally convincing you that he is the only person you can trust in life. Certainly the tricks of manipulators are endless, but all have the intentions to break your moral and stand so that you can depend on him completely. All manipulators will try to show you how much you need them in your life. With that power, the manipulative partner will turn you into putty every time he needs something from you. Signs to look for. Manipulations in a relationship. All of us manipulate or get manipulated every now and then. In some cases, we do not view our actions and manipulations because of our intentions to get what we need without hurting anyone. The main intention of a manipulator in relationship is to make the partner change her mind even without telling them directly. Some partners manipulate their spouses consciously, while others might not even realize why they are what they are doing. Manipulator will use deceptions, threats, trickery, and other techniques to get the victim and use her. The thing is, it's a whole book like this. I'm going to make a screenshot of it and I'm going to put it in a community so you can look it up. How did I start to look into this, my beautiful queens? I've been fond of psychology for a very long time, but the thing is that I did not even look into something like this. I just have to tell you, my beautiful queens, how I started to look into it. When a woman who is, she's from another country, she's from my homeland, from Ukraine, who is successful psychologist, trainer, coach, beautiful woman, 38 years old, and she gets into relationship with a man who uses manipulation professionally. Because now the scariest thing, that manipulators, they even have the courses online. They have courses not online. They can go and learn to press all your buttons and to make you do whatever they want you to do. Another thing, my queens, is that this is not just relationship. You are manipulated by, you can be manipulated by friends, by parents, by society, by the group you belong to. Knowledge, I already said many times, knowledge is power, knowledge is power, knowledge is power. When you know you can protect yourself, when you know you can defend yourself, when you know you can do something about it. You see, like this strings. So if you cannot get this book, I just got it on Amazon. It was very inexpensive. If you cannot get this book, you can watch videos. I am just, one fact is really shocks me, my beautiful queens. One fact keeps on shocking me deeply. When I receive your emails, it seems, and which are sent from expensive like iPhone. I don't have an iPhone, it doesn't matter. Sent from the phone, so you do have internet access. You do have internet, you do have the information. But when I receive your emails, it seems like I am receiving an email from a person who lives in the cave, in the middle of the desert for last 1,000 years. Someone who has the phone, who has internet, who has computer. It does not take more than half a second to Google any of this. And nowadays you can be extremely lazy. Even you don't even have to read. You can click and watch the videos on the subject. But I've read you one of the emails I've received. It seems like a person is just freshly out of a cave. She never seen anything. She doesn't know anything, and just she gets caught in a relationship with the beast. And it's like she doesn't know what to do. She loses all her friends and family. Girls, you have YouTube. You can put this in YouTube. You can put narcissistic abuse in YouTube. You can put the alternative history of the world. You can put forbidden archaeology, or the real history of Christianity, or how to bake chocolate chip cookies. You can. Nowadays, you have that phone. You can get information anywhere. Girls, we are not in the time of Inquisition, when the Catholic Church was burning anyone who would ever know or say anything. 500-600 years Inquisition lasted. They would take you, torture you, cut you to pieces while you're still alive, or burn you. And even if you just say for information, you would go and be burned at a stake by Catholic Church called Holy Inquisition. There are some people who don't even know about Inquisition. It's 600 years, but people don't know about it. This is out there. Don't get don't let yourself to be used. Don't let yourself to be manipulated. Don't let yourself to be humiliated. If you need help, you need to go there online. I get the emails like this. I don't have no one to talk with. Seriously. You have social media. I've got this email of there are groups, and I had seen those groups myself. Groups which are just women survived the narcissistic manipulation. Women survived domestic manipulation by fathers and by narcissistic parents. Women who survived being raped and humiliated. Women who survived and rised from ashes from all kinds of not easy situations. You can create yourself a page in one of the social media and just print there quickly and join those groups, because women who create those groups, women who they put their very valuable information of how you can do it. There are all kinds of group of mothers, of by interest, of those who love to cook, and so on and so on. Why you having your phone in your hands? Why you having all the information, and for that information you no longer gonna be burnt or thrown in the basement of Inquisition and cut to pieces by some priest who considers you a devil or something like this? It's not gonna happen anymore. You have your freedom to access any information you want nowadays. Nowadays, it's out there. The truth is out there. It is out there in any language you want. Such subjects which I couldn't dream about to see 10 years ago. Gaia.com, told you a million times. Gaia.com. This kid who remembers last 6 million years of his incarnations. He tells you the structure of universe and life and spiritual world, and it's available. It is there. Watch it. Get to know who you are, what you can do, why you still think of yourself teeny meeny that you can be manipulated. Another thing I want to talk about here in this video, girls, very important. Empath become the victim of narcissistic abuse and manipulators. You got to please hear me. An empath, we are not even, you cannot call empath, we are, believe it or not, if you are an empath, you are an angel on earth. We come here, incarnate all the time. Empath is someone with open heart, with open higher centers. What are higher centers? Is 4 chakras, which starts with heart chakra, anahata, then throat chakra, visuddha, third eye, ajna, and sahasrara, the crown chakra. You got to understand that if you are an empath, you possess an enormously beautiful gift. That light, like in this candle, that light inside of you is enormous. You are called also a teacher. Empath. Why do we come here? Of course, every twin flame is an empath. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to do what we are doing without being empath. Each empath is a teacher of humanity. And we come here to teach, but there is a problem here I want to discuss, and I want you to hear me because it's kind of hard for me to say. When your essence, your immortal self, get yourself a contract with the souls which are lower in development than you. Most of us don't think about the pains and difficulties we're going to meet. We just think of a goal. We have a goal to bring light down there, to teach others to see that light. But unfortunately, the problem is that empaths keep on doing this one thing: sacrifice. We sacrifice ourselves constantly, not just in love relationship, but we constantly sacrifice ourselves to those who are lower than us. What means lower than us? They've lived less lives than us. They understand less, they see less. So what happens? The beings, the souls with a lower frequency, what does it mean? Empath, why this dynamic constantly? Empath, narcissist, empath. Narcissist has his heart completely blocked 100%. His heart is closed. So when the heart is closed outside, they can present themselves as very beautiful being, like they can be. So I already had done enough of the videos about narcissists, and if they had the name tag on the forehead, narcissist, of course they don't. These are people with enormous intellect, enormous charisma, enormous charm. Why you think it's so easy to fall for them? But their heart is closed, and so they become so-called dark. They, by their actions and way they live, they become dark. So what happens when we see one like this? Empaths see someone with closed heart, and the first, you don't even realize, but the first thing what sparks in you: I must save him, must open his heart. I must prove him that love is the only truth. I must teach him. And kaboom, what happens? We throw ourselves to the feet. We do what? We sacrifice our joy, our happiness, even our own development in order to teach the one with closed heart or on a lower level to what to love. And please raise your hand. I have not met any empath. Powerful empath is always a healer, always a teacher. These are very highly developed being. An empath cannot be on even the medium level. This is highly developed. The empath with open heart, you get betrayed, you get hurt, you get manipulated, and you don't close your heart. And most of us are being born in families where we get very, unfortunately, scary or hard or harsh childhood. So our first sacrifice, I need to unfreeze the heart of my mom, the heart of my dad, the heart of my auntie, the heart of my brother. And then we are growing and we are attracting then these cruel, dark partners and friends. We do it on our free will. We just throw ourselves. We sacrifice. Why we sacrifice? Because this is how we want to show them. We want to teach them. Look at me. Look, I still love you. But now I'm going to tell you the harsh truth. We forget. And this is what became really bad. We have the right to be happy. Yes, empath, highly developed being. the being of higher frequency with open heart, healer. We have the right to be happy. This is our lawful right. While we are in this physical body, we do have the right. Twin flames, I am addressing to you as well. Yes, many of us are in cosmic eternal love, and we consider that this is the only one I am created to love. I've loved him as long as I exist. I will love him as long as I exist. You are in 3D dimension now. No one tells you not to love him. But many of you forbid yourself to meet a different kind of love, a soulmate, a man who's gonna treasure you, not a man who's gonna be on another continent and you're gonna meet him out there in a level of spirit, in a level of seventh dimension like I do. You forbid yourself to be happy in this dimension. And you have the right to be happy in this dimension. Why do you forbid yourself? I will tell you my own thing. I say it's my job. It's my job, it's my mission. It's my mission, is my job. I must save everybody. I must save every dark or half dark or shadowy soul. I must open their heart. I must tell them the truth. I must explain them who they are really. It's my job, it's my mission. It's my mission, is my job. It's my job, is my mission. It's my mission, it's my job. To save everybody and to help them to open their hearts. But what we end up doing, we empath, highly developed being, end up becoming on the 3D level a doormat for that man whose heart is closed and who is swallowed by dark. And we stay in those for years, sometimes even dozens of years. And you know what I want to tell you? This is what I want to tell you. Let the dark ones, the shadowy ones, sacrifice their shadows and ask us to teach them how to open heart and how to love. You see the other being shining like yourself. Then be with that one. But you see the dark one. Your first instinct is to save the dark one, to sacrifice yourself in order to try to save and to heal. You end up being broken. The chances of the one with closed heart with closed heart is to open the heart is very slim. I can tell you that I had seen it, but I can count the times on my one hand. Sometimes I receive these emails, which are, mean emails, I call them. I don't receive them very often, but I receive them. If you're so knowledgeable, if you're so awake, why aren't you with your twin flame? Why aren't you united? It means you're not that knowledgeable, not that awake, not that highly developed. They are telling me this. What can I say to such people? Maybe they are right. But let's do this. You see a being with closed heart. Your first desire would be throw yourself and sacrifice yourself in order to try to heal and open his heart. Don't do it. They have to come to us. They are dead walking creatures. They are biological robots. If you have your heart closed and the only low frequency vibration things are moving you, which is greed and and more greed to power and money and more power and money. They have closed heart. They are in trouble, not us. They have to come to us and tell us, Lala, Jane, Milena, Radha, whatever, teach me please how to love. I am begging you, teach me how I can open my heart. Because we are the connection between them and the source. They are disconnected with the source, because when the heart is closed, there is no connection to the source. They have to search for us. They have to look for us. They have to come to us and say, heal me. Teach me how, not the other way around. Not us chasing after them and say, let me please save you. Let me tell you. Let me explain you. Let me show you. Let him be. Enough of sacrificing ourselves. Enough of sacrificing. Enough of sacrificing. It's already hard. An empath, the highly developed being, it's already tough for us, the living in 3D. We don't understand, even we are looking at most of people, we don't understand what is going on. We look at people hurting each other. We're looking at people using each other. We're looking at people destroying the planet they are actually living on. Look at that. Destroying the planet. I mean, do you have a spaceship? Do you have a Vimana? You can jump in a spaceship and fly to another planet and live there. No, you don't. So you destroy the planet you and your children will be living on. Stupid. And you looking at the people and you're like, this is ridiculous what they're doing, but they don't even understand what they're doing. So, yes. This life had already been tough for us. We chose, most of us chose a very tough childhood, very tough parents. We had to face that non-love. It's going to be in my book in which you will recognize yourself. We came and we start our sacrifice. But what happens is, they are eating our energy. They are taking our energy. They are using our energy, our gifts, our light, and nothing. I will tell you something very important, and I want you to write it down somewhere. The more you love a person with closed heart, I'm going to take this envelope. The more you love a person with a closed heart, the more it hurts. The more you love the person with closed heart, the more he hates you. Why? This is your question I receive constantly. I gave him everything. I only loved him. I only wanted him to be happy. And all he did was to hurt me. Because his heart was closed. The more you love a person with closed heart, the more he is going to hate you for what? For your light spectrum, for the light in you. The dark hates the light. Your light is gonna burn his eyes. Your light is gonna show him who he had become, and because through your light he is going to see who he has become, he is going to hate you. You have the right for happiness. You have the right to be happy, to be loved, to be cherished. You have the right not to hurt because of people who are lower than you and they want to stay there. The most ridiculous truth is many of those people who are lower than you put yourself above you, thinking that you are weak and you are weird because you have ability to love in that light in you. Respect yourself. Stop feeding with your priceless light energy those who don't appreciate and value the gift you give. They have to stand with their hands like this. They have to stand with their hands like this and tell me, please, please accept me. Please teach me how to open my heart, how to shine, how to love. We don't owe them nothing. We do not owe them nothing. Finish the contracts with them. Stop sacrificing yourself. Stop sacrificing yourself. Stop sacrificing yourself. Shine your light for those who deserve it. This is all I wanted to say. I will talk to you later. Namaste.